Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. Today we want to get on with decorating our honey blossom journal, and I have put some things in order and inside that I want to work on. But I wanted to try some ephemera just to see. I'm only going to do 2 of these. I just want to see how it works. But I've taken some pieces from the ephemera pages. This is the Honey Blossom collection by the book Vandal shop. I've taken some cut-off pieces, some ephemera pieces, added some cheesecloth in there, and I just wanted to use some beeswax. I've seen Lori Girl on a Ridge and Yvonne Preston doing this, and I think it's really cool. I just want to see how it comes out. And then I want to do my paper for the cover of the book. This is masking paper that you find at Home Depot in the paint department. I have the green and the brown. I buy it in the 12-inch rolls. It's like $5. Not very expensive at all, and I've had them for a couple of years. There's a lot of paper on that. So I'm not going to wax all of these, but I am going to wax one of each, see what I like. Because this kit has kind of a grungy look, it has the browns, it also has greens in it, so I thought I'd try and see which one I want to do. So I have glued this down because I don't want it to come apart. I am using the yellow beeswax, Beeswax. This says it's Chesterfield, Missouri, USA is where it comes from, and it comes from a variety of different projects. So anyway, expires in 2030, so it's good for a long while. And this is 1 pound, and I want to say I paid $12 for it, but this is going to last me for a long while. It doesn't smell so great, in my opinion, but I'm just going to put some of those on there. I don't know even how many to put, but I'm just going to put what I put. I mean, you can see I just barely pulled any out of that bag. And then I've got this little tiny iron that I got on Amazon, and it works perfectly. I hope my camera doesn't cut off. I forgot to charge it yesterday. But we'll go quick. I'm just going to lay this down a little bit. The wax works better if you melt it at a lower temperature. Ugh, yeah, that doesn't smell so great. I'm not sure about that. But we'll see if that smell goes away. So I did read that if you do it at a higher temperature, yeah, see, I already don't smell that. With the candle one, I was smelling that for 2-3 days. I finally chucked it, but just a little waxy on that bottom piece. And like I said, I glued it together. So do I think this is something I would do on a regular basis? I don't know. It does give it a little bit of texture. It's interesting, but I think what I like more rather than even this is just the way the paper looks when you wax it. So let's do that. Like I said, I'm going to do one with the brown and one with the green. And I don't know if I finished my thought a minute ago. What I started to say is if the temperature is too high, your wax will turn black. I got this iron, and when I read the reviews, it said, a lot of people said it's not hot enough to melt the wax, but it is. You just have to be patient. You set it on there, and then you can feel it kind of going down. So I'm just going to rub over this. See, it doesn't take long at all. You can feel it flattening out, and then you just spread it. I'm doing it on a piece of what do you call it? Parchment paper. And the reason I'm doing that is because on the last one I used my nonstick mat and I could not get the wax off of it. So it wasn't easy to clean up. So this I think will work better. And like I said, you just got to give it a few seconds to, you can see they flatten out and then the wax will spread. And if you get some where there's too much in a certain area, you can go back and remelt it, like here. Spread that around. It dries really quickly, so that's good. I'm going to use this on the cover, but I haven't decided if I want to use the brown or the green. So I'm going to do both and see how it comes out. So I'll probably speed up a little bit of this. I'll do this one in real time because I'm getting a lot of wax on the tip. I'll do this one in real time so you can see how long it's actually taking. I'm going to push some of this into that corner. But I'll speed up the green one because there's no sense you watching me do it twice. It almost feels like my iron is cooled down. It's weird. All right, here's one here. And I may have put too many on, I don't know. Am I probably out of the, get that out of the way. The videos I've seen, they make it look so easy. It's not that it's difficult, but it is messy. So, you know, if you plan for that and you know it ahead of time. And the iron kind of picks up the wax. So it drips. So it dripped over here on my mat, but I should be able to scrape that off. There we go. All right, I think I've got most of that. So that little piece up here. Put that there. I got an extra thick area here. There we go. All right, so I think that's good. And so you saw how long that takes. Now you don't want to leave this here or you'll have difficulty pulling it off. So you want to go ahead and pull that up. I don't know if it will work better because it's on the Teflon, but and then, you know, of course these areas I could just take off later. But you can, I'll show you the difference here. You can see the difference in the color. It's quite a bit richer on the waxy piece. I will tell you this does not smell as bad as that cinnamon candle I used. It smells natural. It's just, I had done a long time ago, and maybe they had added a scent to them, but a long time ago I was into making the beeswax candles, and you would buy the sheets of beeswax and roll them up, and it smelled really good. So I'm wondering if they added some kind of scent to that. But anyway, yeah, I like the way that looks, so I'm going to put that aside for now. And it's completely dry, by the way, completely. So let's do a green one. I'm doing this one. It's got a little bit from the last time, a little bit of that cinnamon stuff on there. I'm just pulling some of this wax over where I have a lot in the middle and just kind of pushing it to the outsides. And I think that's good. Here's what I'm going to say. This has a little bit of a learning curve. I feel like it got better as I went along. But it has a really cool effect. So there we go with that. However, I wish I had not done it on my mat because, as you can see, the heat has bubbled up my mat. So I'm hoping that will come off. I'm going to clean up a little bit here and I'll be right back. Just a quick word about cleanup. When I used my non-stick mat the other day, I used a baby wipe and kind of wiped up all the wax, and then I had a smear of wax that I never could quite clean off the mat. It works much better if you just let the wax dry and then scrape it off, especially if you have a Cricut tool. That worked perfectly. There's no wax on my mat, and I just put it back in the bag. So I will reuse this. There were a couple of things I wanted to show you with yesterday's haul video that I forgot. This is from Walmart. I got these Waverly. You know how I told you I just stick a couple of craft items here and there in my grocery order. This is a Waverly stencil. This was, I want to say it was $1.97 for this, and it's a 6x6 stencil. There we go. It's Waverly Inspirations. I don't know if they have more, but that's what it'll look like. But I only found 2 that were available. Let's see. It doesn't say. It says it's inspired by the fabric, so it doesn't actually have a name for it. But yeah, so there's that one. And then there's this one. This one is actually, looks like it's inspired by that particular project, or fabric. Well, there we go. So I'm sure these are intended for paint, but you know, we use whatever we can get our hands on. So there's that one. And that's what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? I just thought this would be great for stenciling pages. It is an acetate, but that's fun. And then this last time I got groceries, I've been saving it up on you, I bought this one. This is a set of 6. These are folk art, and there's several sets of these. And this was a complete accident. I just thought, oh, there's a bunch in there. I didn't really look at them. This one has honeycombs, so we're going to use this one on this book today. But this has 6 stencils. There's three on a page. Let's show you some on a solid background so you can see what they look like. Well, that doesn't really help, does it? So we've got a chevron here, and then this one is kind of a, I don't remember what that shape is called, but very cool shape. That's what we're going to call it. And then we have the honeycomb here and the triangles. That's the one we're going to be using today. So I'm going to set that over here. And then we've got some other, this one's polka dots, and this one has like a little, well, it's not quite a zigzag, not a chevron design, but you know, pretty cool. So anyway, 6, and I want to say that I paid for this one $4.97, so not bad for 6 stencils. I thought about cutting them apart, but then I didn't know how to store them, so I'm going to keep them together, but I'm going to use this one today. I don't need this paper anymore. These, because this book is made out of just coffee dyed paper, and granted it is 28-pound coffee dyed paper, I want to reinforce the front and back cover, make them a little bit stronger. And the way we're going to do that is by adding some paper. Okay, so I want to put the honeycombs on the inside or the front and back cover like that. So that's what we'll do first. Let's open this to the center. And I am going to fast forward, excuse me, quite a bit of this because there's no way I can get this all done and finished in one video. Okay, so as predicted, my camera did die. Oh, anyway. I've done a few things while you were gone. I went ahead and attached the honeycomb pages to the front and the bee pages to the inside, and I did that on the back as well as the front. I went ahead and adhered this library pocket. I haven't done anything to it yet. And then I took the stencil. As you can see, it's needs to be cleaned now. It's got the oxide all over it. And I just went through the pages and stenciled a little bit here or there, not thinking, just doing it as quickly as possible to get a little bit on each page of the honeycomb. Not all of these pages are going to have decorations on them. So, all right, and then the next thing is I decided to go with the brown masking instead of the green. And I will say, if I was going to do this again, I would attach something else to the back, maybe with a glue stick, just a temporary, and sew that on the back, because this did get stuck in my machine. It's just tacky enough. It's not really sticky. Nothing's gonna really stick to it, but it's tacky enough to not want to go through the feeder, and I made it a little too wide, so I've trimmed off this portion of it. But what I did was I took, this was the CD tag that was in the ephemera pages, and I tore out the daisy and I just sewed around that, and then I went out about an inch or a half an inch, and well, an inch from top and bottom, and then a half inch on the sides, and sewed around that after I had put the cheesecloth on top. Actually, I put it all together. I did not glue the cheesecloth, but it was tacky enough to hold the cheesecloth. Okay, and so I put the daisy down, the cheesecloth down, and then I sewed twice around here, and then I came back and it was too big for the cover. So I trimmed off just about, I guess, a half an inch off of one side. So it's going to tuck under here a little bit, but that's okay. I kind of like it. And then I have this 100% natural sweet honey, so I think I want to put that right here. And I have inked around this, but it still seems to be missing something, so I may come back and add something else to that later, maybe some ribbon, lace, crochet trim or something like that. But I just want to get this on so we can get in the book. I'm hoping this will stay attached. I probably should have sewn this to the honeycomb, so I'll let you know. If it doesn't stick, you know, plan B. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna just put glue on here, and we'll see what happens. It's not like there's a huge layer of wax. It's just enough that absorbed into the paper, so I'm thinking this should be okay. But we'll find out together here. So I'm going to lift that back so I can get this on, and I'm going to go a little closer to the top since I'm going to put that other embellishment on. I did go ahead and glue this piece down a little bit on the back. I'm going to want to do that here as well. The cheesecloth really likes to stick to the glue bottle and to the glue. So let's put that down there. And I may trim off some of that cheesecloth as well, but for the moment I'm going to leave it. I'm not worried about this glue showing through because this is grungy and it just kind of adds to it. But you see that piece of cheesecloth. All right, so I guess we'll see if that adheres. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down as well. Right to the bottom, like so. Maybe should have sewn around this, but that's okay. Like I said, I might come back and just put a little strip of ribbon right here, and that might take care of it. All right, so here on the inside here we have this pocket. I definitely want to add some, let's go ahead and add that because I think it just needs something there. Get all this gunk off the top. Don't really want to cover up the words. I'll leave that on there. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Just a little something. All right, and I know I want to put that on the bottom of this. And I did not sew around the pocket, but I am going to go sew around this really quickly. Okay, so there we go on that. So we're not going to do anything to this page. Now on this page, I want to make kind of like a belly band. I'm going to kind of sew on both of those sides, and then we will tuck something inside, not this, but tuck something in there. So I've got two of these, so let me go ahead and I'll sew those real quick and I'll be back. I would normally sew them to the page, but since the book is already put together, so that way it'll look like it's sewn to the page, kind of. Alright, let me get rid of all these strings. I do want to ink these. Get a piece of tea-dyed paper. And I think I'm just going to use half a sheet here. Okay, and if I tri-fold this, yeah, that'll fit perfectly. Just like that. So I need that to be able to open, but I want to put something on top that way. So let's do, where's the other side? The other side should be, and maybe I'll use a piece of this ephemera, maybe one of these tickets. It almost looks like honey when it's upside down. Gee whiz, I almost put it on upside down. So maybe I'll just do that and put a little bit of some cheesecloth behind it. We'll get that on there first, and we'll get the cheesecloth on there second. Add a little more glue. And attach that to the top, like so. And then that will kind of hang down over the top there. Got a little bit too much glue on there. I don't want this to be glued shut. That's a lot of glue to go through all those layers, so I just want to make sure that it's not coming out onto the other pages. Okay, so that'll go in there like that, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, only I think this one is a little narrower, so I'm not sure. Let's see if that same one fits. Let's see if that fits in there. I think it will, actually. Yes. A little tight, but it will. So if I overlap it all the way, because I think I was a little short on this one, yeah, then we should be good. All right. So that one will be there. It's because these lines are a little crooked there, and I can trim off. I can trim off a little bit if I need to. So let's go over. Yeah, I'll just trim off that last edge there. Actually, it lined up pretty good, so maybe I'm good. Yeah, I'm okay. All right, let's find another ticket. All right, let's see what's next. We've got this. All right, what do I want to do with this? I think I want to make a tuck spot out of this one. So let me ink this. Now this one I have a little word from the collection, and I want to sew that onto the front of this jar. So I will do that real quick. There we go. Like so, and we'll be back. Okay, so I sewed around this little piece, and then I sewed kind of an L here, and I sewed an L here, so it'll look like it's sewn to the page. So that's going to go here. Just going to run my glue right along there. Would be fun. All right, probably only have time for one more, so let's see. Where is that one more? Got one missing here. What am I missing? Did I take something out? Oh, okay. All right. I went from the middle. And so we did this one. And then we had the banner. We have the bag. I had the ephemera piece from the bag. There it is. I think it's this one. And so then it was this one. So I don't know what it must have been. These pieces. So it's this page right here, and I think I'm going to use these here as a little tuck spot. So I am going to glue these on. They are not sewn. These are the ones we did with the wax. So just like that. And then I'll have to find a tag to put in there. And then, so then I'll put the other one on this page. That wax did go all the way through. All right. Okay, so tuck spots, then I've just tucked a couple of things in here. I'll probably put a tab or something on those. And then we have these. Not sure what I want to do with that yet. And then I'm going to sew these corner pockets on and do some tags. And yeah, then I'll be back. Nothing major different than what I've done in the past, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this. I like the way it feels. It's nice and firm. That 3 layers on the cover is perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, guys, and I'll be back to show you how it is put together. Well, I'll be back to show you everything that I did next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.